What is going on, you guys? It's your boy, Average Bob. And in today's video, we're going to dive into the Giants falling 0-2 down in Jerrysville to the Cowboys. Crazy game, final score of 40-37. And at the end of the day, the Cowboys just own the Giants. So that's why I named this video in the thumbnail, Not So Stranger Things. Even though there was a lot of wonky things that happened in this one, from all of the flags to Russell Wilson's best performance of his career, right? But it wasn't enough to get the job done. So with that, let's hit the play button and dive through it. If this is your first time on the channel, I'm your boy Average Bob, and in these videos, I do a lot of pre-game predictions, a lot of post-game breakdowns, but let's just dive into it here. One thing that was crazy about this first drive that I believe was about 16 plays, 60 yards, took up over 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. The Giants, not only do they shoot themselves in the foot with the play of James Hudson, they're shooting themselves in the foot with a shotgun at this point when James Hudson takes four penalties on this drive. Everyone knew it was an issue. Dable screaming. I am a little disappointed. I think Dable should have sent a message to this team, to everyone, to say, like, this isn't going to happen again. I would have burned a timeout. I obviously don't show you guys commercials, so I have to stop talking and regain my thoughts here. But here you go, 3rd and 25, great protection in the seam. You get Wandell, who all the Giants fans have been saying, I'm not paying Wandell Robinson. Well, what did Wandell Robinson do today? He went 8 for 142 and a touchdown. Second to only Nabers, who went 9 for 167 with 2 tutties. But, his 10 targets, the guy makes plays. I don't care if it's for 3 yards or, along a 50. He's out there. He's trying his best. He's a couple years now removed from an ACL surgery, and this is what you're getting. 3rd and 25. The offensive line actually holds up. And then Hudson does take the 15-yard personal foul at the end of this, as whoever was playing D end or edge rusher got close to Russell Wilson, and he didn't like it. But my point is, for all of you guys that don't want to pay Wandell Robinson, if he has a couple more performances like this and could show up and make plays and stretch defenses out and be a compliment to Nabers in some way, shape, or form, this is a guy that the Giants should probably have stick around, because right now there is no wide receiver two. Darius Slayton gets paid a lot. He doesn't really do much. I'm not very impressed with him anymore. Doesn't, and usually, guys, on this channel, I do stop a lot and we talk through a lot of things here and break down the plays. I'm not going to do that in today's video because for the length of time, this is already a 20-minute video we're going to be going over here. And then I got to fly out and do some stuff this week and clean and do all the stuff that, we all got to do on our day-to-day. So I do think, though, talking about Hudson, stupid play. He had the false start. He had the one where he was on the backside of a draw and he smacked the guy and he landed right in the head. Obviously, it looks really bad, but let me play devil's advocate for a split second there. Is the guy kind of slipped as he was starting the punch and it landed, of course, right into his face. Does that really hold up in a court of law? Probably not. You get the 15-yard penalty. Everyone kind of hates you. Then you tack on 3 more penalties after that. You sabotage the whole drive, and then probably your tenure at the Giants, barring any injuries between Embo and Illuminor moving forward. So Hudson's been benched, but yeah, that was just as bad of a drive as I've seen an offensive lineman have in quite some time. And trust me, guys, as a Giants fan like you, we have seen some terrible offensive line play. That was a shades of Eric Flowers, and I can't defend it. So I'm not going to, but I will give him a little bit of grace on that first one because it was just unlucky. So Giants defense stepped up for a large portion of the first half of this game, making go 3 and out. Scatabo coming out performance, I would say, and I don't know. I mean, he looks like the RB1 right now, right? You did see a little bit of Singletary. Didn't really do much. Singletary had 1 carry for 4 yards. I felt like he had another one, though. He had a reception for -4 yards. But Scatabo led the backfield, 11 for 45 and a touchdown. Tracy only had 5 for 15. Tracy is a guy who I want to see more of, especially like passing downs. He had a couple drops out of the backfield, which seems weird. But this was one I didn't like from Russell. And this isn't the best play, right? It's just like a quick in route at the sticks. But this safety's flying down. And this is like almost a Daniel Jones kill shot pass. Like, I don't know. Like, the safety is breaking completely here, and he's lucky it didn't get popped up for an interception or get Wandell hurt because he's not a big dude. But you have the Giants who potentially could have come away with 2 touchdowns, only settling for field goals like what they did in week 1. They do find the end zone, thankfully, and then it turned into like a crazy score fest. But yeah, Giants D-line played pretty well, I think, in this one. Burns is an absolute stud. 3 sacks today for 18 yards on Dak, and then Burns finished this game with 3 solo tackles, 1 tackle, and 2 TFLs. I mean, but Brian Burns was laying wood. Right now he is the best player on this defense, period, stop, and he's worth every dime. You take him out of this equation, it's a very different looking defense. This is what I said real time when I was watching this. The last thing I want covering CeeDee Lamb is Deonte Banks, followed by a trailing Bobby Okereke. It's not the best scheme. And I'm not sure about Bowen. I don't think he lasts this whole year, guys. If I'm being honest with you, and shit starts rolling downhill and getting bad fast, which, trust me, now it has the potential to do so because you lost the game you should have won today. The Chiefs just got embarrassed at home by the Eagles again. And again, they got a little bit close at the end, but it looked like, the Eagles were beating up on them and controlling their will and doing tush pushers and doing all that fun stuff. So you have an 0-2 Giants versus an 0-2 Chiefs at home Sunday Night Football. You don't think Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs want to come out and smack you in a must-win game for them for their season? Because we know, right? 0-3 teams don't go to the playoffs. Can't count out Mahomes and the Chiefs, but this is a tough road moving forward, at least for the Chiefs. I think the Chargers play tomorrow night, a 10 p.m. game, which is 2 Monday night games. I don't really know how I feel about that. Wandell, another big play for you guys. But the Chiefs are going to come in with their piss hot, and I'll be there. So if you guys are going to the game, let me know in the comments. Let's link up. Definitely going to be tailgating. Definitely going to be having some fun. I love the first Giants home game. There's always a unique energy to it. The weather's still decent, even though it'll be Sunday night. But unbelievable throw. Unbelievable grab by Malik Nabers here. He truly is special. You have to feed him, especially against the banged up Cowboys secondary, which the Giants did and Russell Wilson did to the tune of 9 for 167 and 2 touchdowns on 13 targets. Incredibly efficient there. Russell Wilson had a really efficient day, you guys. He went 30 for 41 for 450, 3 touchdowns, and then the back-breaking interception at the end of the game, which essentially lost the game because when you throw up, we could talk about it later when we get there. I do kind of like that play call. It's almost like you're a fake shovel pass, get the guard pulling around too. I'll give the Cowboys credit when they deserve it sometimes. CeeDee Lamb, he was getting a little too cocky for me at the end. Not you, Siri, CeeDee. But Dak did what he did his best. 52 attempts. That's when you know the Cowboys are struggling defensively. When he's going to throw the ball 52 times, 3 for 17 rushing, 2 touchdowns, an interception, just a Dak day. But Brian Burns, this is a big play by Carter. Carter makes a lot of good plays where he doesn't finish it. A little soft, guys. I got to say, a little soft. Shoulder into the chest. But I understand what the NFL is trying to do and protect the quarterbacks. Every single game around the league, you watch these bullshit roughing the passers that crush the game. It kills it. Oh, I think this was the play that CD started doing the at the end. And then I tweeted, I was like, or whatever X'd, I was like, I'm starting to hate CeeDee Lamb. But, in this political climate, guys, if we're talking hatred in sports, it's more passionate dislike from a sports fan perspective. There is no, real hate at this point anymore with what that word means these days. Yeah, Deonte Banks, he had a good tackle at one point. I don't know. His attitude just seems so piss poor. Great throw. Got to give credit where credit's due. This is an unbelievable throw. Going 2 shell at the top. Middle of the field's wide open. 5 wide. 4-man rush. get a free play. Thibodeau's going, even though they said it was 95, which he's still in his stance, and Dak's already looking downfield. Little Y shake there from Turbin or whatever the hell his name is, and that's free money for them. It's a Daniel Jones sack right there. Russell Wilson was sacked 3-28, 3 for 28, but I thought the offensive line did a pretty good job. Embo, credit where credit's due. Marcus Embo stepped up, had a ton of big balls coming into this one for a game he didn't start, for a game he didn't even know he might even play in outside of gadget plays at the red zone where you're going to throw it to him, or he's going to play offside tight end and get crushed by Scatabo. So Ferguson, another Cowboys tight end that just always finds a way to kill the Giants. Shades of Jason Witten. He had 78 receiving yards. But I think another, one of the poorest things about this defense that just doesn't matter if it's Wink Martindale, doesn't matter if it's Shane Bowen, doesn't even matter if it's the guy who, fake Dable who was there before. The Giants' run defense is abysmal when it matters most, and it comes into play deep in the fourth quarter of this one and late in the game. But huge interception to start the second half here by Drew Phillips, who, you know what? I thought Drew looked good today. He had a tough matchup. I think he played extremely well. And, turnovers were a factor in this one, but I don't think the Giants capitalize here, if I can recall off the top of my head. But I do love these plays. This is one of my favorite plays in the Giants playbook, in the NFL. You go play action, screen back to the running back. For whatever reason, I just think it works really well. But the thing is, you got to set up the run a little bit. I don't think the Giants really did a good job of doing that. Ultimately, only 84 yards on the ground today. But good play on 35, 35, 17, finding space at the sticks, getting upfield, getting the first down. Just a little QB draw. Russell Wilson, he's my age. He's still going to do it, though. 4th and 2. I mean, we got offensive gurus here, guys. We got Brian Dable and we got Mike Kafka. 4th and 2. Theo Johnson's got to go do nothing on these plays, or he would drop it. Scatabo in the flat. Corner here. Linebacker here. Not much space to do it, especially when you're about to get popped. Should you go for it? Yes. But we have to have better. We got to have better play calls than this. It's happened a lot last weekend, too, in the red zone, where you go, or just 4th down in general when you're going for it. And it just doesn't seem like there's a cohesion or semblance of an offensive plan. And then next thing you know, you're just dumping it down to Scatabo in the flat for barely the first down, double covered. I don't know how that's the play call from the offensive gurus up there. Second and 11, Dak takes a snap. This is one where these guys are just starting to run wide open a little bit, but you're still in the driver's seat a little bit if your defense can make a stop, and they don't. So here's a lack of effort play by 2. I need to see another angle of this. One of the other YouTuber guys out there will probably be able to look at this from an all 22 version. People are getting on Banks here, and, it does look lackadaisical, right? Let's run through it, right? What is he doing here? It does look lackadaisical. There it is in full. You're watching him. Does he have a hand on him? He's still getting blocked a little bit. Again, does he deserve the benefit of the doubt at this point? Probably not. So people just want blood whenever they see him playing lackadaisical with no effort. But there are key guys in this defense here that are paid a lot of money to make tackles. Bobby Okereke, Thibodeau, and they don't make a play. But again, it goes back to having a terrible run defense that really hasn't been figured out since Leonard Williams was traded a couple years ago. Luckily, the Chiefs don't want to run the ball. But John Harbaugh probably will. You're telling me I mean, Slayton made a play. Slayton had 2 catches for 61 yards, so that was the majority of it. But Slayton, I don't know. He commands a lot of money. I get it. There was no one else in free agency really available. Um, I don't know. I'm just not a fan anymore. I think I've seen enough. I'd rather see Bo Collins. Again, 27, missing tackle, get a first down there on the ground. Free play for Dak. Fergie at the 50. Getting to the end of the third here. Fake jet sweep to CD. Fergie again. 27 makes a play. Burnsy. Get him, Burnsy. Get him, Burns. Dexter's just there causing havoc too. He just can't get home. I'm just gonna side rant a little bit here as we're going through it. But yeah, that was hilarious going into the fourth quarter here, right? It's what it was 17-16. Crazy. You feed Nabers, but I'm just so still just disappointed about I don't know, the game plan. I don't know. I don't think Dable's it, you guys. But I do like this. You bring in Dart, I think is now the time to bring him in. I don't know. Do you bring him in to run a read option later in the game? I don't know. But it works on this one. Scatabo. It's hard. It's an angry runner, Cam Scatabo. Rookie. He could be a culture changer. That's why you just got to pound him and get in and stuff like this. Good block by Embo. Good block by Marcus Embo there. That's where we're coming right here. Runyon crashing down. 6 has got to fill this gap. Slayton's probably got to get a little bit more on Embo's ass there. Fill a kick out on 54. Doesn't get there really. 6, I don't know where the hell he was going. Maybe, you know what? He was man-on-man with Slayton, so that's probably why he was going over the top. And just credit is where credit's due. You finally got a play call where you could get in the end zone from the 1-yard line. Pop the champagne, Brian. Banks and Okereke again. I guess there's only so many schemes you can call. Every single time they hit Dak, it's a penalty, though. Like, watching Mahomes, he gets the calls. Dak gets the bullshit calls. I don't know. It's a new game, you guys. It's different. It's not what we grew up with. Pickens took a while to get started in this one, but when he did, he ultimately proved to be a game winner. I said, if I was the Cowboys here, I'm running it 4 straight plays. Miles Sanders gets on the board, 5 for 15 in the tutty. I mean, there's good blocking downfield. Bobby Okereke got to get off a block here. We also have our middle linebacker. He's our third best middle linebacker or inside linebacker. He's just, I don't know. Where is his key? He should be, once he sees him blocking down and him kicking out, he should be filling there. Where is he going? 49's got to be there, but I don't know. He's like a magnet to get blocked on that play or just not be in the right position. But he's our third guy with Micah going down and everything else. Scatabo reminds me of like a little bit of a cartoon character where he's like wee 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 wee. Nice block by John Michael at the end, but another tough day for him. Can't figure out how to run 4-man stunts or pick up. I mean, this one he barely gets a paw on him. Kind of a weird formation. You're getting Runyon pulling. There's no play action to the back. So it's maybe trying to like mimic like a quick screen or get 41 hold. But someone coming around and John Michael's got to jump back. It's not a lot of space. But he does a good job there. I'll give JMS a little bit of credit. Would have liked to see, 82 get more involved in this one. I get like devastated. I feel like I'm his dad when there's like a penalty on Bellinger. I'm like, no. And then Russell Wilson. Moses parts the Red Sea in the secondary, and Wandell, the man you guys don't want to pay, finds a seam. What a throw. Naked. You get Diggs being full palms up. Like, I don't know what we were supposed to do there. Where are you? Yeah. Diggs is doing palms up. I don't think, you might have soft coverage. Look, palms up. The ball's even getting there. You might have soft coverage from time to time, but not that soft. And trust me, I can't really even speak about the secondary too much. It's one of the things I know a little bit of what defenses are trying to do, but that does not look right. 3rd and 4. God, these mobile app game ads are terrible. 4th and 4. Unbelievable throw, unbelievable catch. But what'd they call here? Defensive holding. It's great catch with the game on the line. Drew Phillips right on him. Not much else you could do. Dak now just getting comfortable. I feel like Dak always plays better when he's down and can just let it rip. Probably could have came back in week 1. But yeah, here you go. First and 10. Under handoff. Terrible run defense. Too much time. Scored touchdown. I don't know why they skipped over it. Anywho, Giants get the ball back, 35 seconds, 1 timeout, game on the line. Russell Wilson sliding across the star. You call your timeout, and what are you going to do here? I mean, unbelievable throw. Unbelievable grab. I mean, was there a part of me that was like, I think we could win this game? Yeah, 25 seconds left, 3 points, and then you just go, oh man, that just does not. Who did that against the Knicks when he did that? They lost that game too. Or no, did they win in overtime that one? I forget. Knicks playoff game last year versus the Pacers, but just too much time. You go right down the field. You got Brandon Aubrey. The 65-yarder, 64-yarder that comes up here is good from. This has got to be good from 75 yards. Like, look at that. It still landed all the way through. Just incredible. I mean, I said it during the live stream, and if you guys want to subscribe, watch some live streams during the game when I go live in big moments. Big balls kick, shout out and respect to Brandon Aubrey for making that kick. Like, not a lot of people make that in that moment. There was no icing involved. Timeouts were all had. Giants make a big stop here. Giants are on their 4th linebacker. 54 is like, what the hell am I doing in the game at this point? D-line's getting gassed. Good play by Drew Phillips. I thought Drew Phillips was very impressive today. Play action, trying to get Nabers back involved. There's no way he could yell at the coach or his teammates today. It was just everything was going well for him. This was just, maybe this was just an omen of, not so stranger things here, guys, that because when I was watching this live, I thought I got batted down or something. I haven't seen probably since like middle school football someone throw a pass backwards in this fashion. And kudos to Scatabo for running it down and trying to knock it away. Like, because most people would stop playing. And then you take a shot. on 3rd and 17. You're already taking one kind of in double coverage there. So maybe there was, oh, wow, great. This is a great sack. This is a great sack. Oh, give me the replay of this. It's just, I gotta break this one down. I didn't say I break down too many, but this is just, he's already lost. The offensive guard is already lost. Look how much lower out of his stance the D lineman is. Hands on hands, and then it's a leverage battle, guys. He's not sinking, he's not dropping his hips, and he's just gonna get shoved right back into Dak's. He's trying to fight with the hands. Look, he's trying to get the hand fighting. Watch. He's trying to get the hands fighting, but he can't readjust, and then at that point, it's pretty much game over. He could put on his back if it went a little bit further, but great sack. You would think too. 4 minutes left. How could the 2nd and 29? Things got to be looking pretty good for the Giants. Oh wait, no, another big run from the Cowboys. I think this one comes, or no, 3rd and 10. I think there was something, but no, yeah, 3rd and 10. Big play in space. Drew Phillips, nickel corner. He had a great day, I think. And then you got to say, next score wins, less than 3 minutes. In my head, I'm envisioning, you know what? There's no way the Cowboys should get the ball back at this point unless they have like 3 straight incompletions. But let's go into the playbook. Let's run screens to Devin Singletary that we haven't ran all season. Then you're just chucking it up to Nabers trying to play 500. The game when you play on your kids, jackpot, no. Tried to punch it out. It was very close. Almost got to give a little bit of kudos for that interception because that was very close to being punched out. And then now it's just kind of Dak in a game where he could just throw and do whatever he wants. This is what Dak Prescott does. So the rest kind of history. Cowboys moved the ball down the field, get a chip shot field goal coming up. Heartbreaking, backbreaking loss for the Giants that doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get much figured out after this. Besides, they were able to finally hit pay dirt 4 times today, which is a huge improvement on last week. But I don't know, guys. There's a lot of work left. You got the Chiefs coming in to MetLife Stadium for your first home game, and they're 0-2. Giants are 0-2. Cowboys were 0-1 going into this game at home. Get right game. They somehow squeaked it out in a game that they felt that they were beaten and dead in. The Chiefs next week will have a similar opportunity against the Giants. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I don't know if you guys are feeling as bad as I am with how this season has progressed so far. Doesn't get much easier from here. Thank you guys for watching.